inside the largest prison in Texas, Tommy G. Now, I haven't reacted to Tommy in a minute, but I actually did watch his last vid. Sadly, when I was reacting to it and recording it though, the audio was muted. So I had to put that shit in the scraps, bro. Sadly, bro. RIP to that vid. But we watching his recent. He dropped this shit like 2 hours ago.
Welcome to the largest prison in Texas, Coffield. Coffield, man.
Man, them niggas look like shrimps, bro. Put me in there with them. I'm telling you, bro. You put me in a prison, I'm walking out that same day. Top dog.
Hello, fellas. How you guys doing today? I'm the very first person convicted for murder off of social media.
Oh, nah, that's a crazy flex.
You step up in an environment like this, it's like walking through an invisible landmine field. Gotta be careful how you walk.
It's a rabbit hole indeed. Nah, for all them textures and shit.
Me and my partners went to his side of town and we ended up jumping on his partners. That was the birth of the beef.
The Coffield Unit. It's a name that new arrivals to the prison fear. For decades, it's carried a reputation as a brutal and unpredictable place. Located in Tennessee County, home to over 4,000 men, it is the largest prison in Texas. Behind the barbed wire and within cell walls, tensions can run high. There's racial conflict, gang rivalries, power struggles, and
nah, that little white kid was about to get stroked.
Done armed robberies, and the most violent crimes you can imagine.
That's not what I meant.
Folks,
That's not what I
this
meant.
is a brutal place
but
to be
y'all know what I mean.
Like most prisons in Texas, it is without air conditioning, and here both inmates and staff suffer through temperatures that can reach over 110 degrees. Some say this is a violation of human rights, while others say it is a ruthless reality that comes with choosing
Brother,
to
of
do
course it's a violation of human
crimes.
rights. 110 is
walls of this prison,
that's
light
death.
emerges because also at work here are innovative programs that the Texas Department of Criminal Justice is piloting in an effort to rehabilitate these men so they can one day be well integrated back into society. The man that takes us into the Coffield unit goes by Sambo. At one point, Sambo was a gang leader for one of the most powerful gangs in Texas. Of the 30 years he served in prison, 10 of them were in the Coffield unit. He was once a man that had no regard for human life, but now, a changed man, he has dedicated his life to helping others break the cycle of violence and live a life built on purpose and positivity. Today, he brings us into the Coffield unit to show us what he and the men have been working on. Join us now where no camera has gone before. Life is a mission.
That's funny that, on a side note, that's funny that a lot of like killers and shit do that. They flip the switch. That just happens with anybody in life with longevity. So if you have like CIA operatives or any like Black Ops 6 teams, what they'll do to recruit people is they'll look people with really good past and then turn them into bad people because they know in terms of like psychological needs and stuff like that, that it's easier to make people flip than to make them stay doing what they're doing for 60 years plus. So.
And to those bold enough to dream and take action, treasure awaits them. So for the renegades, the outlaws, and the risk takers, this one's for you. This is the Underworld Collection, available only at TommyGMcGee.com.
No free promo, bro.
We left Dallas early this morning. We took a lonesome highway road to Tennessee Colony, Texas. We're going to be visiting the largest prison in Texas. The United States locks up more people than anywhere on earth by far. If you look at the numbers, we lock up about 1% of our entire population of our country, which is a wild statistic.
It's like 3 mil. That's a lot.
Light of day as a free man for 10, 15, 20 plus years. And I'm eager to learn their stories, hear their experiences, and see how they
Damn, the mask can go crazy in the editing. What the hell?
Cage for a good portion of their life. This, folks, will be unprecedented access to the Coffield unit in Tennessee County, Texas.
Go ahead.
Have a good day.
What's up, my brother?
How you doing, brother?
All right.
Good to meet you.
Good to meet you, man. Y'all can park anywhere back here. We're just
Bro, his name is
we gotta unload this stuff.
Peso.
All right?
Cool.
And get ready to come out.
driver's license is here.
All right.
And they need to sign in.
Damn, how many forms they gotta sign, bro? They giving their souls
This is
away?
the largest maximum security unit in Texas. 4,100 inmates on this farm.
Come on, let's go.
Big high.
How are you? How you doing, brother?
It's cool that people get to see this side of prison. Hey, not all prisons are the worst thing in the world, bro. Like, this look pretty straight. Mike Tyson said he had the best time or years of his life in prison because of the solitude it provides.
God bless you guys. Juan.
You gonna have something to eat every day, people around you
What's a gatekeeper?
Gatekeeper is
that you can talk to. If you in a good prison, and you can take classes, bro.
Kind of transition.
And just focus, think like a monk.
So yeah, we're kind of one of the first guys that they meet. So
And what is this unit known for?
well, back in the day, it was like rocking and rolling.
Yeah.
Right. So it was really going down with gangs and all that.
To give you an idea of what we are walking into, let's give you some insights on the history of violence here at the Coffield unit. In September of 2023, an inmate at Coffield unit stabbed a guard. After he was restrained, the inmate was severely beaten by guards and hospitalized. 13 guards resigned or were fired shortly after. For a prison facing staffing shortages, incidents like this put further pressure on the guards. Also in September of 2023, Billy Chamirmir, killer of 22 women, died at the hands of his cellmate. And if you read the accounts written by inmates on prisonwriters.com, you'll see countless stories of men being stabbed, strangled, and extorted. So knowing full well the violence that lurked within these walls, my aim was to find the humanity within these men.
When I was there, it was a very violent, volatile environment. Violence is what set the standard. So I knew that my only method progress would be to instill the most fear in as many people as possible.
Well, I got a little life sentence, right? Been here 17 years.
Little life sentence? Brother, what the hell is little about a life sentence?
Ladies first, which gave me a life sentence. First time, second time down.
Wait. He snatched ladies'
Been here
purse?
17 years. I
was high on drugs.
So drugs made me snatch a lady's purse, which gave me a life sentence. First time, second time down.
What the fuck state is he in where he snatched a lady purse and get a life sentence? Bro, what? Nah, that is insane, bro.
Life sentence 5 years
That's
later.
insanity.
I wasn't arrested, but I was rescued. So to me, that is a blessing.
I'm locked up for possession with intent to deliver. And I've been locked up for about to be 16 years.
Organized crime with murder, you know what I'm saying? One of my partners we went to go meet up to fight off inside this little parking lot or whatever, and in the midst of the fight supposed to happen, people started shooting, you know what I'm saying? They charged me for being like a witness to the murder without saying something, you know.
I'm an ex-Mexican mafia.
What? Bro, half of these don't even seem like real crimes. These niggas in not jail. These niggas in prison for witnessing. Oh, man. Nah, they out here whole.
13 years with that
I'll be
family.
hot.
I'm not proud to say.
Life
but,
sentence for
I
snatching
stabbed
lady
somebody
purse.
22 times.
Fuck
Where were
no.
your parents in the picture?
Well, my dad he had his own issues, and my mama was there. My mama got 7 kids. She had 7 kids by the time she was 28. So I can't fathom being a 28-year-old single parent with 7 kids.
It sounds impossible.
Yes, and then 6 boys. But I realized as a grown-up, you know, that, man, it was like borderline impossible for my mama to do that stuff on her own. You know what I'm saying?
I grew up with my mama and my granny, really, you know what I'm saying, and my aunties and stuff like that, but my daddy, he was here and there. So growing up, man, my mama really, she was there, like, we was into like the church or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But as I got older, I started getting kind of tired of it. So, but my mama always told me to like do the right thing, you know what I'm saying? Seeing for it's good and positive on me. But as I grew, I kind of got with the wrong crowd and I started seeing the money, the cars, the jewelry, you know, stuff like that.
Tight shit, the money, the cars. Yes,
sir. It wasn't supposed to be, which led me right here.
What message you have to the youth out there that are doing very risky things and they're not here yet, but they're on that path?
You gotta stop and think before you start doing, man, because it's gonna lead you in a bad situation, man. In prison, like, this is not what's up, you know what I'm saying? And if I could have thought back before what I did as a youngster, I would have did something differently, you know what I'm saying? So the same hood or the same people you doing it for, when you get here, not gonna be here.
What happened in your childhood and your upbringing that led to you becoming a killer?
So there's some things, man, that
I've talked to very few people about. I was molested as a child, and because of it, man, it made me be a very, very angry individual. And I found out some things about myself with that anger, man. I embraced that anger and I turned to it for everything. I wouldn't let nobody get close to me. Just pushed everybody away. That anger was just always there, and was quick to turn from anger to rage.
Is there any opportunities here for therapy or to talk through some of the things that you've seen in your life?
Of course.
I've talked to people who I know that are on the same page as I am, man.
Brother, the whole prison is a therapy session. Everybody in there for some, they gonna feel open to talk to each other.
Some of them are shocked at, the things that I talked to them about what's happened and, where it led me.
Earlier in the day, when I was working with a family that was their son.
My name is Kenneth Young, and I am the director at East Texas Hospitality House here in Tennessee Colony.
Nigga, the director of hospitality.
And meals and encouragement to families who are visiting somebody who's incarcerated.
Okay. I thought he was the father. I was about to say.
We have a gathering room in there. We have games. We have puzzles. We have places to sit. Double beds with bunk beds. We've got different bedding arrangements for the different sizes of families.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes they just need prayer and a hug, and to know that God's love is surrounding them, and they become part of our family when they come here. They mean more to us than just someone off the street because they become part of our lives.
I'm here visiting my brother Charles Bree.
Okay, and where are you from?
California.
And how did he end up all the way over here?
He got caught up.
He got caught up in some.
In Texas, it's crazy.
The mama not fucking with it, bro.
It didn't match the.
It didn't match the crime.
A lot of people, what they get for that crime, I feel that they railroaded him because of who the victim was and who the victim knew. The victim was related to the chief of police. They didn't even really give him a chance.
What was the crime?
Murder, self-defense, and they gave him 50 years. They said he was guilty before they even said he was guilty. They said he was guilty 3 days before they even put the real motion, like, okay, you're guilty. Like,
no,
we are sacrificing, but
what people got to understand is laws are never concrete, right? The same behaviors you have at an early stage, even when it goes to first graders in the classroom, favoritism, bias, drama, being mean, doing erratic behaviors because someone got you or got back at you, whatever, all these little things, they transfer in today's societies. Now, it might not be you stole my crayon, but the same is proportions, the same behaviors go on. So whether it be political, whether it be at your job, it's the same shit. So to hear that they had to go through stuff like that, this is common human nature, bro. Shit happens, dog. You just can't be a victim to the system. You got to play the game, become a player. Play the politics, bro.
Yes.
That's why, like, because of that, and because of those laws of human nature, you should never be someone who plays by the rules, because if you play by the rules, you always get cooked. You gotta bend them sometimes.
And what role does religion play in y'all's life?
Religion played the biggest role in my life because if it wasn't for God, if it wasn't for my relationship with Jesus, then me and you wouldn't even be talking right now.
You're gonna hear religion mentioned a lot in this episode, so for reference, we're talking to a group of guys who are involved in the Christian ministries within the prison.
I used to be on the other side.
He's a minister.
The best side. So our objective is to show them, remind them that, hey, brother, you might feel alone, but you're not alone. You might feel left out, but you're not left out. You might feel like nobody care about you, but we're here to show you that somebody do care about you.
Big thank you to the wardens and all the administration here. This is an unbelievable opportunity to talk to these gentlemen, to learn. I'm honored to be here. To wardens around the country, if you can invite us in, we'd love to come talk to you, your men, your people as well. It's a blessing to be here.
I like that shirt you got on.
I appreciate you.
Mainstream media. Rest in peace, mainstream media. I pray for these brothers. I pray for their families. But I pray you show them grace and mercy in that. Because your word tells us that if they visit the least of these, that they visit you.
We just prayed. Now we're moving on to the gym because the
bro, I'm telling you, bro, modernized prisons are not that bad, gang.
And learn. I'm hoping we can do that in the gym.
I say the worst part of our prison is not necessarily being in prison, especially for a prison like this.
We had gone into this prison
getting
thinking
out.
that we would be allowed to film.
Getting out is tough,
but the
nigga.
captain
Gotta start from zero.
called a meeting and
Jobs
informed us
not
that
fucking
we were
with
only
you.
permitted to film in the chapel and the gymnasium. It was disappointing news to hear, but I kept in mind what a crazy opportunity this was, so I was eager to head to the gymnasium away from the watchful eye of the the guard captain.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna open up like let y'all brothers speak. Y'all can all say whatever, however.
This shit just look like school.
Whatever y'all want to give about yourselves, about what y'all do. You know what I mean? Where y'all coming from. Then we're gonna have some of the peer influencers speak up a little bit, say what they do here on the unit, and then start doing a little bit other things that we got involved for.
It's that fun, man. I think it'll be a good day.
Are we gonna get to eat the lunch here?
Yeah.
Yes.
Like the actual lunch?
You want to eat that? No, you don't want to eat that.
I want to try it.
You want to try it?
I want to try it.
All right, we'll take you on. You want just a regular?
I'll do a food review, yeah.
Nigga, what the fuck? They got actual food. What? Bruh, not even my school lunch used to look like this shit.
The crab.
Nah, I'm telling you, bro. This is another school, bro. They living good while they there, bro. Holy fuck.
Cheesecake. We got homemade cheesecake out of cookies.
What are your best recipes you got here for making stuff?
I like to do a fish bowl. Summer sausages, jalapenos, pickles, the mackerel, original mackerel. Then I put sriracha mac and I put a tuna.
So that's when the fish come in later.
That shit do not sound good, but hey, if you fuck with it, you fuck with it though.
This is like a little thing for Glow that we do every Friday. And we're gonna do a little bit of performing, front line, and we're gonna do a little bit of rap.
I made the personal choice to become a better individual, to become a better man.
And I fell into the street life. You know, I succumbed to the elements of the street. If I was gonna be a gangster, I was gonna be the hardest gangster there ever was. I was involved at the highest level of criminality. For a homicide I did not do, I took the blame because I didn't, you know, snitch on nobody. You know, I finally realized that I needed to use my influence in a positive and productive way. I renounced my membership in the gang and just started doing positive things on my cell block. And I'm out here in the free world doing the same thing that I was doing in there, but out here modeling it.
I had no idea until about 10 minutes before that I was going to be going up to give a speech in front of the inmates. Not only was I nervous, but I wanted to say something that actually mattered to these guys. Here's what I came up with.
Hello, fellas. How you guys doing?
Shit, that's some on the spot shit. Hey, this is a tough crowd. You ain't talking to some regular civilians. These some hard niggas.
And I'm here today to talk to you guys, get your stories, hear about your life, hear your perspective. But I want to tell you 2 stories that might give you hope right now. There was a time in my life about 4 years ago, I hated my job, I hated where I was in life, I wasn't happy. What I did is I wrote a list, ideas that can change my life. And I just one by one started executing on them. One of them was a documentary film on a group in my hometown, Milwaukee, called the Kiyo Boys. I documented their life, what they do. The Kiyo Boys are a bunch of teenagers that will take your Kia if they can find it. And I knew this was my path to be a documentary filmmaker. So I just want you to have the hope that there's one little thing that can pivot and change your life. And
damn, that's hard, Tommy. That's some hard shit to come up with. Respectable.
One of my best friends on earth, when he was in his 20s, he robbed 6, 7, 8 banks in California. He served 10 years in California. He's been out for 20 years. He's a family man. He's a multi-millionaire. All right? And he's someone that I love a lot. Brothers, I'm excited to talk to you. I'm excited to interview you. Come up and say hi to me, and thank you for having me today.
W. Tommy, bro. What a speech. What? That was hard. That was hard. He couldn't have said anything better.
That's something I never expected to do, but I'm glad I did. When life serves you on a path, sometimes you just gotta run and take it, even if it feels a little scary. If there's something you need to pull the trigger on in your life, what are you waiting for?
Whatever y'all doing and whatever y'all dreaming about doing or whatever goals y'all making, bro, just don't give up, bro. I love y'all.
Don't give up, bro. And then you got this nigga going after Tommy.
How many of us wanted to be famous when we were kids? Raise your hand. Never in my wildest dreams did I think I would become famous for something I would regret later in life. I'm the very first person convicted for murder off of social media.
If you look up Tienda versus State, I'm the very first one convicted through the United States. I'm posting pictures of myself, but because I have gang-related tattoos, they were saying that I was staying in contact or recruiting gang members. And then somebody started talking to me negatively on social media, so I started talking negative back, and that led into incriminating myself.
It wasn't until a man came up to my cell one day and asked to pray for me. And you know what I did?
Damn, hold on, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I mean, I understand they talking real shit, but bro, this nigga head is shiny as shit. God damn, son.
And you know what I did?
Holy
the monster in me,
fuck.
I cussed this man out. F-bombs, the Lord names in vain. Come to find out, he was a unit chaplain. And as he's praying for me,
This nigga just a crash out Fousey tube.
because he said that I would go back to population. I told
Go
him,
back to
"I'm not
population."
gonna go back to population. My God could do the impossible. Do you actually believe in your life God could do the impossible? Yeah. Not only did God restore my family, my mom came to see me. And it wasn't until she came to Coffield and I finally got to hug my mother after 5 years in a soft voice. She tells me like an angel, I'm so proud of you. God bless, and if it wasn't for God, I wouldn't be taking the steps today. Thank you, gentlemen.
That's crazy. That nigga got booked. Low-key, he real. You talking about this last dude? That's crazy though. He got booked off on MySpace messages.
What normally happens Monday
That
to
shit
Friday?
crazy, dude.
Usually on the Saturday, you go to church. That's probably about the only thing that we got to look forward to on the weekend. Church services, unless they have an event like this that we can come to. You know, but you know, most of the time, you got to get laid in. You got to know somebody that'll put you in. Monday to Friday, well, it all depends on what you're doing for yourself. Either you get involved in school, spiritual-based classes, or you can just get stuck on the wing and do nothing.
What do a lot of the guys do here to pass time?
Me, I'm involved in spiritual-based classes. Right now,
That's what I'm saying. They take a lot of classes, bro. It's like it's school. They chilling in
I'm
there.
involved in class.
So two
It's
questions
not like that
a lot of
thug
people
shit
in
like some
society are
Alcatraz
asking
shit
right
back in
now.
the day, bro.
Number
It's way
one is,
different now.
does prison rehabilitate people? And number two is it the job of prison to rehabilitate people?
Well, so I can say this. I just did 14 years down here. I stepped out for about a year and a half. You know, it boils down to what the person wants to do. You know, I know before I left, I wrote down a bunch of things that I didn't want to do, and I guess I still desired to do those things. I still wanted to use drugs. You know, thanks to God, I came back with an 8-year sentence, and then this time, you know, my whole perception of prison has changed. To me, I see it as a school. You know, you have a lot of opportunities, so I'm taking advantage of every opportunity down here.
Out there 8.5 years of solitary confinement.
Bro, these are heavy numbers. 14 years, 8 years.
How did you survive that mentally?
Mentally, I read, I prayed, I worked out. I kept my mind focused. You know, don't get me wrong, I see people commit suicide, come out, get killed, get stabbed, you know, the whole 9 yards. But I seen it all, man. Themselves, you name it.
When a prisoner is deemed too dangerous for the general population, they are sent to a place designed to isolate and contain solitary confinement. Here, they are locked in a windowless cell, no larger than a parking space, for up to 23 hours a day. Their
Nigga,
only
that's so
reprieve each day is
inhumane,
a
bro.
brief
I go
hour for
crazy.
exercise alone in another cage. Days blur into weeks, weeks stretch into years, and some inmates endure this for decades. This raises
For
an unsettling
decades?
question: does solitary confinement
Whoa, I
cross
thought
the line
solitary
of danger?
confinement was temporary. Oh, these dudes really be in here for decades? Nah, that's crazy, bro. You might as well just give them the death sentence at that point,
Or
bro.
is this a necessary evil? What do you do with inmates who have relentlessly and brutally attacked fellow prisoners or guards? This is a question that we as a society are still figuring out.
Do you think that should be allowed to put a human in solitary confinement for 8 years?
No, I think that's humane because I believe people deserve a chance. Now, if they're a threat to everybody, yeah, I mean, I can see what they're talking about, you know, but I mean, they would have to be a real serial killer, like knock everyone.
That's a psychological aspect. I did 5.5 years in SEC. You know, not everybody's mentally strong. You know, people are chemically imbalanced. You know, not everybody can deal with the solitude back there.
Yeah, nah, bro. At least like chain them up and bring them outside. These niggas really rapping in the prison.
Have you eaten yet today?
That's a prime example of why you shouldn't be scared of prison, bro. What the hell was that, bro?
Breakfast is approximately about.
There's a dude that rested.
Breakfast is at 3 or 4 in the morning?
And it's not very filling. Well, just due to
Yeah,
the
bro.
schedule, 'cause it's such
You
a
would be
large
surprised how
unit.
many billionaires go to prison and come back,
They
though.
probably serve at different times, but on Coffield,
I guarantee you that nigga gonna come back. He still got a couple, at least M's left that he could use.
back to sleep. And a lot of people have to get up and go to school and things of that nature there. So
But usually, like, billionaires don't go to prison unless they messed up or they did something wrong in their circle. Like, they upset someone. You're not a billionaire is not a cash flow. You don't just go to prison for nothing, bro. You upset someone. Bro, this is school, bro. They out here arm wrestling. Tommy low-key ripped though. That nigga sweating like shit. Hey, all they do is like 1,000 reps a day. Cause they have nothing else to do. They just be in they cell. Ha ha ha.
Probably like 250, 300. That's just an exercise. But them right there, that's something different.
You see 200, 300, they just say easy.
Oh, probably like 1,000.
That's what I said, 1,000. I'm telling you, bro. That's all they be doing.
You know, something to keep it going.
We just want to say, man, we both from the Arlington, Texas, man. So shout out to Agtown, Texas, man. You know what's crazy? Let me show you how good God is, man. We used to be enemies in the world.
Man.
Right? We literally used to beef with each other. Like, for real.
Try to kill each other out there.
But now look at
Hey. I thought you said you were just a bystander. You out here killing there. You see niggas be self-snitching, bro. You can't be talking.
So we both got two different reasons why the beef started, which is funny. So the beef started from my perspective is because one of my partners who is dead now, rest in peace, Shot Merck, right? He got jumped on his side of town. So then me and my partners went to his side of town and we ended up jumping on his partners. And then to him, that was the birth of the beef.
When they jumped my people, they thought we jumped his people. I'm like, man, nah. So we really just, we clashed and started really killing each other for nothing, man.
That's crazy.
I know I had like 3 on my side.
Nobody from my side died, but I lost more homeboys to the system than I have to death.
And how far did each squad live away from each other?
Man, we went 10 minutes apart.
Yeah, we about 10 minutes.
What does it feel like now to have peace and love for each other?
I mean, it's good. I mean,
yeah, I ain't gonna lie, it make me think about all the life lost and years wasted, only to conclude that we all right.
Yeah.
Hard. Nah, that realization hit.
That's what it is.
I hate years wasted. It's tough that it's good that he realized that though.
Telling people your story.
He gained a perspective.
I did 30 years in prison for murder I didn't do. But God put it in my heart to come back to prison after doing 30 flat years and to give a message of hope to the brothers on lock. Because it was the programs that TDCJ offered me that strengthened my character and gave me the tools that I needed to become an asset out there in the community and no longer a liability.
Tell me about the innovative programs TDCJ is offering.
TDC offers a vast array of innovative programs. They offer the Field Minister program, they offer the Faith-Based Dorm program, they offer the Self-Harm program. TDCJ has
He came back into the
put
worldly
these
known
programs
pyramid.
in place, but they're all volunteers, so it's up to the offender to take advantage and to seize the opportunity and make the most of it, to acquire the tools that they need while they're incarcerated, so that way they can come out here to the free world and have the tools that they need to reintegrate, reenter back into society in its proper context.
So today I walk as a father, a husband, and a man of God. But my example is one so that I can give inspiration and motivation to the brothers that are locked up. Tommy G opened the door. We got Peso with us and Payday and Joe. We made it happen today here on the Coffield unit.
Tell me about
Look at how
your
your
11
reference
years of
says.
administrative segregation.
It was a time of
Housing and inmate away from general population. Okay,
reflection and introspection. You know, I was there because the system couldn't control me because of my violent nature. But while I was in there, I had to sit back and realize that I had more value, more self-worth, that I was able to be more than just a TDCJ number, that I had the ability to give back and that I still had value. I come back to the prisons not just to support these brothers, but to get fed spiritually and psychologically as well. Because when I see them continue on doing the things that they're doing, it motivates me out here in the free world as well. My thing is to let the world know that there are brothers that are incarcerated that are doing the right thing, that should have the opportunity to get out there and give back.
I appreciate you. It's an honor.
God bless you, man. God first.
One big question we have to tackle is when is the right time to release someone back into society? How can we evaluate when someone has truly changed and is no longer a threat to safety? The U.S. Department of Justice ran a 24-state study and concluded that 82% of inmates were arrested at least once more within 10 years of release. But why is this? Environment, job opportunities, socioeconomics. I mean, we are talking about millions of men that are oftentimes locked up during what is supposed to be the most productive and fruitful years of their life. And it's a shame, but I have one idea that might help. Most of these guys are released from prison without a dollar to their name, so many return to the same ways to make money that got them locked up in the first place.
That's what I'm telling them, bro. Like, that getting out is the hardest part.
Working for free, like they do in Texas, or 9 cents an hour, like they do in Illinois, what if we paid them a little bit more, so that when a man who has served and worked for 10 years gets out, he has a nest egg in which he can rent an apartment, pay for transportation, and buy the necessities he needs to exist in the free world? Maybe I'm just a pot-smoking hippie for saying this, but if the goal is to truly rehabilitate these men and make society better, then let's put our money where our mouth is.
How many people are
9 cents an hour is insane.
2-man cells, man. These cells are so small. It's like a 6 by 9. You hear them? About 54.
You can't even fit 2 dogs.
Yeah, you can't. It's a cage.
So, what else do you have to think about living in a cell with another person?
Everything you do. You have to think about everything. You have to think about how loud you get up. If you're on top bunk, you can't step on the bottom bunk. You might wake him up. You have to think about everything. You can't drop things. You know what I'm saying? You got everything if you're respectful. You know what I'm saying?
What do you wish would change about the justice system?
I wish that they would really take an individual and look at the history that he has in his prison and the true change that he made. It's a lot of brothers in here that had committed crimes as kids and they're still in prison with too high sentences. And they've changed their lives. They done went to college. They done all type of things that get ignored, unfortunately.
By show of hands, who would say they grew up in poverty? Show of hands. How many of you had your father in your life growing up as a kid? How many of you didn't?
Tommy, get into the statistics right here.
Reason why you chose the path you did was a lack of a father?
Of course.
My father was there. It was more so the attention. You know what I mean? I lived in the household with my dad, but he didn't show me that fatherly attention that I expected from my father. That's why I lacked that.
How many of you think in some way prison was actually a blessing for your life?
I'm here trying to pay the laws off.
Somebody called the doctor, because I'm sick of this. In my heart, it was blacker than some licorice. And just like cinnamon, it was hard to swallow. Yeah, my old lifestyle, it was hard to follow. But Christ came. My life changed. He renewed my mind, new mind frame, filled with the Spirit. That's how I maintain. Now I do everything in Jesus' name. When it took me to getting locked up to find freedom, met Christ and I realized I really need him. Because like the children of Israel, I was lost people. Now I'm playing the role of Moses because I'm trying to lead them. Yeah.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie.
You got into
a nigga who raps in a prison might become the best rapper ever known, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Cause think about it. The nigga, if he raps for 10 years straight and just read books all day in the library in the prison, he could develop a crazy craft.
I think we learned a lot. A lot of guys that are changing their life around and have tough stories to hear. And I think this is important because we as a country have to talk about incarceration, injustice, because it's important for the victim and their family to be taken care of, but also the perpetrator to be assigned a proper time. Thanks for joining me on this episode. We'll see you guys next week.
W Doc as always, Tommy. Damn, what's all this extra shit for? This merch. That was hard though. That was hard. But like I said, bro, like this is a perfect example of modernized prisons aren't as bad as people think they are. Now, some are pretty bad, but it's really the getting out part that's really tough. That system needs to be studied. But WVID, Tommy, WVID.